This is Kay Rose Ray, Amateur Carvings. I have been working on Mr. Articulated Snake, and this is the Articulated Snake Carving Part 2. I've made some major changes to Mr. Articulated Snake. Here he is. I disarticulated Mr. Articulated Snake, and I took out the dowels. And most of the dowels. Anyways, and I ran the drill through each one of these wooden pieces, and then ran a 10 gauge wire, stranded wire, through them so that I could rearrange and move it. It wouldn't be so stiff. So you'll see that I also rounded out a lot of the edges. I've done a lot of sanding, recarving. I still have this awkward section right there. I'm not going to get rid of it. I kind of like it there because when I go to wrap it on the tree, it just makes the articulation around the bend a little bit easier. The same with this one. I was really pleased with what I did with this. But notice how I had to do a couple of holes to get the wire through. I had to do that on a couple of them. There's a really gnarly one. But I plan on filling that all in with wood putty or some kind of sculpting putty. I haven't decided what yet. See which one is the more better idea. Excuse me. I need something to drink. My mouth is dry. Oh, my shirt is filthy. I live in... So sorry about that. Okay. So. And then I came to the tail, and I just about ruined the tail. But then I came across this idea in my head. I liked the idea that the tail would be able to wiggle. So I did this crazy ending loop. I have an idea how I'm going to tie this off and call it quits there, you know. I'll surprise you guys with that solution. But so I got this funky ending to the tail. So this is what I've got. I'm beginning to work on putting the impression, mind you, I said impression, of scales on this thing. But I tell you, I just do not have the manual dexterity anymore that I used to have when I was young to sit there all day long and put in individual scales. So I'm just kind of doing a what's the word I'm looking for? Texture. Giving it a little bit of more of a texture. I don't know if you can see that. I have not resanded this yet. But I don't know if you could see the hit here. Hold on. There's a good one. And not really scales, but it gives it the sensation of scales. And that's all I'm really looking for. I'm not trying for lifelike by any means. The goal is to make this part of a tree, see if I can get this over here, part of a coat rack that I'm making for a friend, a business. And to do this, I've got this piece of wood we rescued from the side of the road. I have no idea what kind of wood this is, but it's beautiful. It's mostly straight. And I'm going to perch. I've got the snake that I will wrap around it when it's done. Then I've also got a raccoon a squirrel, a lizard, and a bird. Oh, and then the grand finale part, the big masterpiece part, I hope, is this crazy boar that I'm making, and I'm not going to reveal the boar yet. But not to bore you, bringing it back around, not to bore you. Hey, I love puns. I think they're very punny. Alrighty. Now, just to tell you a little bit about myself. In 2008, I spent some time in the hospital, and I had some occupational therapy that involved woodworking. Just some dumb stuff that I've done throughout my life in craft classes. You know, those little puzzle pieces that you sand and sand and sand, and they all come together. Anyways. And that brought me back to experimenting with carving. My father would try carving from time to time, and I have a crucifix that he did. And 2020, I decided to memorialize my father by following in his footsteps and doing one of my own. I will show that to you later. And another one whenever I show more of my beginning work. But anyways, so I'm totally self-taught, really. I do not go for lifelike. That's not my goal. I just experiment a lot. But this is the deal with me, is I have a problem with my health, in such that I'm losing some dexterity that I used to have. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with me, but we don't totally know what it is. I'll be having surgery in a few, I don't know how long, but soon, to remove a non-cancerous tumor from my brain and to seal up a cerebral spinal fluid leak. I got a hole in the head. Let's put it this way. My brains are oozing out. No, I'm joking. I just like to say that because it sounds gross. I had brothers, okay? They were both older than me. So I'll put this all together, but slowly, piece by piece, I'm going to introduce you to some of my works. Some successful, some not. Let's give you here's a piece I've been working on for a while. I wanted to make it into a walking cane. He's supposed to be a wolf. Looks like a puppy. Okay. Mr. Oh my goodness, I just thought of Kamala Harris. Do I sound like Kamala Harris with that cackle? Oh my, I hope not. And here's another example. Some people said he looked like a beaver. Mr. Beaver. Can you see Mr. Beaver? Side view. Mr. Beaver. Actually, he goes like this. Mr. Beaver, that's really supposed to be a wolf. Again, whoops, wood chip. Sorry about that. Again, not intending to be totally lifelike, but to actually just give the intention of what it is. Okay. So, Mr. Disarticulated and rearticulated snake is in the process right now. As I said, wrapping this up, giving it some texture of scales. Then I'm going to look at this again in a hopefully less exhausted eye. And maybe make some changes, though. I am not sure what I would do. See, because I want that to go like, see, because that'll harden like that to wrap around the tree. So I don't want to lose that joint. It's an experiment. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Ta-ta.